So first question, discuss the reviews of Vanthunens on agricultural location. The agricultural location theory was developed by J.H. Vanthunen in 1926 Germany. His model was based on the data collected from the estate and Mecklenburg near Rostock, and was rooted in the ideas from the classical economic theory. The main aim of his study was to explain the variation in the prices of the agricultural products and variations in agricultural land use pattern with the distance from the market. His theory was based on following two postulates. Postulate 1, the intensity of a particular crop declines with the distance from the market. Intensity of production is a measure of the amount of the inputs per unit area of land. For example, greater the amount of the money, labor, fertilizers, irrigation, and pesticides, etc., greater the intensity of agricultural production. Postulate 2. The type of land use varies with the distance from the market. Various assumptions used in the industry are: he gave the concept of isolated state, STAT, isolated state, that is an isolated state having no links with the outer world. There is only one city at the center of the agricultural area. City is the sole market for agricultural produce. Agricultural area is the sole supplier to the city. Agricultural area is a homogeneous surface, that is an isotropic surface. There is only one form of transport and the transportation cost are same everywhere and in every direction, varying proportional to the distance covered. All farmers received same price for same crop. Farmers are rational and economic people having full knowledge of the needs of the market. All labor costs were equal everywhere. Market prices of a commodity was fixed and could not be increased by dumping or forming cooperative. There is steady economy with no sudden shocks like inflation or depression. The model is constructed around the concept of locational rent. It is defined as the amount of return that is expected from a particular piece of land, since it is assumed that all farmers will have same cost of production and will receive the same price at a given point of time. The only basis of differentiation between two lands is in location. Its location, that is the distance from the market. Hence, a locational rent is the measure of the advantage of the one piece of land over the others. Further, it is assumed that farmers will produce that commodity on their lands which yields the highest locational rent, and so will maximize their profit. The locational rent can be calculated by the formula L equals to y into m minus c minus YTD. L equals to locational rent per unit land, Y equals to yield produced per unit land, M equals to market price per unit land, C equals to production of cost per unit product, market price per unit product, and M and C equals to production cost. L equals to Y into M minus C minus YTD. T equals to transportation cost per unit distance, and D equals to the distance of the unit land from the market. Model 1, intensity theory. The intensity of the cultivation of a particular crop decreases when we move away from the market. This is because the locational rent of the crop from the market will be higher when the same crop is cultivated than when the same crop is cultivated at a distance from the market. The intensity of cultivation can be increased. The intensity of cultivation can be increased by the application of various inputs like fertilizers, seeds, irrigation, labors, etc. It will lead higher yield for the crop grown near the market. The locational rent will be higher because of the increased yield and low transportation cost because of smaller distance. But in the case of the distant crop, the increased transportation cost will outweigh the increased income due to the enhanced yield. Hence, after a point, it is better to grow a crop extensively. Other point, it is better to grow a crop extensively rather than intensively. Two crop types locational rent and distance from the market. So you can see in this diagram, market area, crop A, crop B. So locational rent you can see in here. Okay, distance from the market, crop A, crop B, crop A, crop B. You can see. Second, model 2, the land use theory. The locational model examines the location of various crops in relation to the market. The second model examines the location of various crops in relation to the market. In his opinion, location of crops is determined by the market prices, the transportation cost, yield, and the basic cost of production. On the basis of these assumptions, the model comprises of various concentric zone around each market. The zones are Zone 1 market gardening and milk production, comprising of vegetables, milk products which are perishable items. Zone 2 firewood and lumber production. Zone 1 market gardening and milk production, comprising of vegetables, milk products and perishable items. Zone 2 firewood and lumber production. Wood being bulky was subjected to least transportation so that transportation cost can be reduced. Firewood and lumbering. First is market gardening and milk production, and firewood and lumber production. Wood being bulky was subjected to least transportation so that transportation cost can be reduced. Zone 3 crop farming without fallow and pastures. So this diagram you can see in here. First you can see concentric land use zone, wilderness, city, central city is the black spots, then intensive farming and dairying, and third is the forest, then increasing extensive field crops, and then ranching animal products, white color. And here you can see Pantun agricultural zone. This is isolate state and modified condition. So smaller city with its town, okay, trade area. So here you can see in this diagram, central city mainly around black, central city and navigable rivers in its interior part. Third is the market gardening and milk production. Then is firewood and lumber production. Then crop farming without fallow, and crop farming with fallow and pasture. Then 3 field system and livestock farming. Then so it is mainly source egg growth toward economic geography. So isotropic surfaces are not found. Practical application and creation of zones is almost improbable. In spite of these limitations, von Thunen model has been successfully applied in various countries by doing certain modifications. It was the pioneering work which laid the foundation of land use pattern of agriculture. Quantitative revolution and model building provided an empirical basis for geographical research. Quantitative revolution and model building provided an empirical basis for geographical research and elaborate. Quantitative revolution and model building in geography. Next we discuss it. Okay, so thank you.